The 5 levels of leadership. First, and I also call these the 5 Ps. First is position. That position leadership just means that you've been assigned a position in the company or in the organization where you have a leadership role. It could be a supervisory role, area manager, office manager, or team leader. But remember, the only reason people are following you at that level of leadership is because of your title. And a lot of people get stuck here with their ego and they say, you will do this because I said so. That's not real leadership. That's the first level. That's the lowest level. We always want to aspire to go beyond that. We want to go to that next level, number 2, which is permission. And really what permission just means is that leaders find out who their people are and understand their strengths and weaknesses. And the followers, if a leader takes that time to do that, to get to know their team, to care about their team, for their team to know that they're cared about, then the followers, the people in your organization will end up taking time to get to know who the leaders are. So you can use an organizational chart that says this XYZ is in charge of this, this, and this. People won't even care, right, until you achieve that level of permission. And that just is where you're really transferring a sense of respect and care and concern about those on your team. The third level is production. And what we mean by this is that type of leader, and this is where leaders become a lot more effective in their roles. This is where people start getting the slaps on the back and the accolades and the attention. And this is because leaders, when they achieve the third level, production level of leadership, they are able to take people and make them more effective. Usually this is through innovation and collaboration especially. But again, we talked about innovation, collaboration, and communication. Using those 3 tools effectively, they're able to, and knowing their people, knowing their strengths and weaknesses, they're able to make those team members become more effective. Now that can simply be by having an app that allows you to communicate freely amongst your team. That another example of what that might look like is being able to clock in and clock out in some sort of recognizable way. It's silly, I know, and it can be the most simple thing, and it can go up to the most complicated thing. But level 3 is where you become more effective as a leader, where you start to get things done, so to speak. Level 4 is development, or people development, I should say. And so this is where you start to take on the role as opposed to a supervisor, a team leader, but as a coach. This is really all about growing somebody and empowering them. And the way you empower people, the way you set up an environment to empower people is, number 1, create an environment of trust and of competency. So what I mean by this is it's difficult to develop people if you put them in positions that they're not competent to do. Because it's not fair to them and it's not fair to the organization. It's also difficult to develop people when you take those people and they don't trust you because, I don't know, maybe you chastise them verbally or aloud in a group. And then they'll lose faith and trust in you. And if they lose faith and trust in you, they're not going to be empowered. They're not going to take action on their own. They're not going to use that second core value, which is to solve problems. This is what you want to do. Is you want, as a leader, you want to get to that level 4 to get people to start to solve problems. And the next one is the sort of the genius level of leadership, is the pinnacle, right? This is the Mac Daddy, the top dog. And this is where people start to follow you because of who you are and what you represent. So in this organization, one of the things that we represent as an organization and we do as an organization, aside from cleaning, is that we help end transitional hunger in the communities that we serve. And so one of the reasons that some people come to work for us, one of the reasons some people follow along with us, as an organization is because they get behind that idea. They want to go out there and make a difference. They want to know when they clock in, because they can clock in anywhere. I mean, we hire rock stars, right? They can clock in anywhere, but they want to know that when they clock in, that it matters. It's not, I'm not just going in just to clean, but look, when I clean, this is a pandemic. We are saving lives. When I clean, kids are getting fed. Elderly are getting fed in our communities every single time our teammates clock in. This is an important role to get to. Now, to get there as a leader is difficult, and that means that you have to be who you are. You have to be real. You have to be authentic. People can smell a fake a mile away. You come in and say all these niceties to someone's face, leave, and then it's just nasty stuff coming out the side of your mouth. No one will follow that person. That person isn't going to take them anywhere but down. Remember that. Level 5 is all about who you are and what you represent. So when you think of terms of, on a huge scale, you think of Elon Musk. The guy, if he says, I want to launch a company, he automatically has millions in the bank overnight, or billions, I should say, in the bank overnight, and a gazillion people wanting to work for him because of what he's done, his vision, and how he's helped to realize that vision, and the people he's chosen to do that with him. Because, of course, he didn't do it all. It took a team to create Tesla, a team to create PayPal, a team to create SpaceX. I mean, a large team, very smart people, far smarter than Elon. But Elon trusted those people and created an environment of trust. Elon created collaboration amongst those people. He was never the smartest guy in the room, rarely ever is. He's just more of a bigger picture or a visionary type guy, and he's able to attract other people to him because of that mission that he has. Our mission is to provide the most sensational client experience ever. The way we do that might be within your job confines. It might be through cleaning, it might be for answering a phone, it might be through feeding the hungry in our community, but that's our mission. That's what we want to do. That's what we have to do.